Hey everyone, it is DandyDrew here, and we are back for another challenge game. So what we are going to do today is we are going to do the bot challenge once again. I am going to let the bot pick our spots. We will pick the roads, but let the bot pick the spots and see if we can work just a high production setup. I don't really know what we're going to get quite yet, and even better that we're in fourth, because there's always some very interesting production opportunities in fourth. It's just usually a case of, are the resources compatible enough to make the strategy work and be cohesive? Be interesting to see what we get here. Hope you're doing amazing, by the way. Channel's been doing fantastic. The final day series, so hyped to share that with everyone. It was a good time. Tough pick here. I think you could probably make a really good case for the 5, 9, 10, saying, hey, I'm going to pick up more or less the best ore. 6, 9, 2. Okay. It is the best wood. It is the best ore. And I guess the prospect of potentially going to the 5, 2 is on the horizon. This is a very common idea a lot of times when I'm playing, which is I like to get setups where maybe I'm not as strong to start, but what I end up doing is I build to my settles. So as an example, okay, this might be a 692, but when you drop one road and you settle in the 5-2, effectively you've turned it into a 695. And that's a very fun way to play. Now, I don't know if Orange has this in mind, but the option is there, I suppose. Okay, 5, 9, 10, I think a very principled pick. Sheep is kind of rare on this board, though. Actually, sheep is very rare. Sheep is more or less isolated to the 10, 3, 8. You know, that is quite a nice amount of sheep. You do have the 2 and the 12, so that's... Can't really count on that, to be honest with you. I think in principle, picking the 8, 10, 3 is quite nice here. Okay. 6, 5, 12. Though I do think in this situation, going to the 9, 12 is better, right? What are you going to do? Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, we're going to let the pot think about this, and we will be right back. Hopefully it chooses something good. I'm not sure. I'll see you back in a minute and 40 seconds. Okay, we are back. We have had a placement chosen. It's the 8, 4, 10. Not going to lie, I'm pretty happy with this. Let's point left. Or port, not too bad. But I'm actually quite a fan of going to the 3-1 in this particular case just because, well, I think the 3-1 is quite useful for us. So let's point left. And unfortunately for my opponents, I'm sorry, guys, if you see this video. I don't want you waiting, but it's for the greater good. We'll be back here in about a minute and 45 seconds. See you. All right, we are coming back. I just took a jog around my apartment. And where is the bot going to choose? I have no clue where. Okay, here we go. So 10, 3, 8. I think we just point left here. There is a world maybe where we get to the 311. Huh, or the 510. I kind of like that. Because we already have the 3-1 here, so let's do that. Let's point up potential access to both the 311 or the 510, which I quite like both of them. So this is not a bad pick. Now, if it was me, I would have done this the other way around, because if we go 8, 10, 4 second, then we start with the road, which means that we can immediately go after one of these settle spots. We can go right for the port. Unfortunately, because it worked out the other way around, we're starting with the sheep and the wheat. What are you going to do? I apologize to my opponents. I hope you did not fall asleep at your desk, at your table, in your office. 8-4. Wow. You have to give points to blue here. They are inspired. That is for sure. They are inspired in a way I didn't know it was possible. Think better here, just to go 3, 4, 6. You can just immediately road settle to the 8-4. You get all the benefits of the 8-4, but then you also kill an amazing spot here. Now green's in a really nice spot. think as green, you probably want to take something like maybe get on the 3. 3-6-4 could be a play. Because the problem is if you go, yeah. Uh-oh. Well, maybe the 9-4-3 might be open to us. That would be interesting, folks. Don't know if I really like this road. Just a lot of tension on the 9-11 or the 3-11 here. I mean, luckily for them, they do get the starting road, which would have been nice for us, that's for sure. Now, orange is probably in a world of pain because, well, what are they going to do? Like 9-11 or 9-12 down if they want the wheat? Okay. And I'm okay with this because now the 9-3-4 is open. Very strong for us. And I think if we can make a play for it, we will. I'm also probably going to try to sell some of my other cards, like my sheep and my wood. Well, now he's got wood. I'll sell the sheep to orange here. Well, the question is green going to book it to the 3-11? Probably better they go for the port, honestly. Interesting. Ore port, huh? I think the 3-1's just better. You know, make your production more flexible. Now, where does blue block? Hopefully it doesn't steal from me. Does suck. Definitely sucks to lose that. The brick opportunity. So now we know there's ore, a lot of ore with orange's hand. So we're going to give him a sheep. He has no sheep, but he's got a lot of ore. Huh. I mean, would he do this? Something else we could do is we could do something like that as well. Might be attractive to orange. Nope. Very interesting. Now as orange, you have a really good block here with the 6 or the 8. Very nice. Very, very nice. Makes sense too. Oof. Nicely done. This ore is nasty. It's okay, so he didn't want to trade the ore because he wanted the city. That's fair enough. Nice 8. Nice 10. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop. So let's see, is there any way that we can try to get this brick? I don't think we can. I don't think we will. Oh, we do. Okay, so then let's do something like this or this. Really looking at orange here. Because I know they have the wood. And I'm willing to do 2 cards. I don't want to do 2 cards if I don't have to. But I'm willing to do it, and I think it would push them over. And we just go 9-4-3 every single day of the week here. So it's not budging. I think what we'll do is we'll try to leverage it a little bit more. This is a great deal for orange. Okay, not budging, huh? And this is something that you're going to have to deal with as you play more of these games, is to realize not everybody is going to be trade heavy, and that's okay. You know, we can't force everyone to play our game, but I do think on the whole that's a pretty good deal for orange. Because at a certain point they're going to get stuck once they keep dropping cities. Very nice. Don't really like the ore port though. I mean, all this extra brick's not going to help you. Porting your ore, you don't really want to do that because you don't really have that much. You'd rather pair your ore with your wheat for development cards or cities. Now, I just offered this trade for 2 cards, so I don't see why he would take it with him. Come on, 8. Nice 5. Nice 5 again. So let's see if we can do something like this. I think it's a decent deal. I'm just looking at orange, but I don't think he's budging. If we could get this first deal, I'm really happy with that. Maybe something like this. Something like that. Then I could also do ore for sheep for ore. Okay, so orange finally decided to budge. And what's nice about this is that orange Well, it's kind of funny. Orange is actually over because of that trade. So it might be a world where they get punished. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll find out. Big win for us though. Getting onto the 9 really helps our game quite a bit. And if a 7 hits, we're going to be looking really nice here. There you go, folks. The prophecy is real. It's a risk. It's a 1 in 6 chance when you make those trades and you put yourself over that you're going to 7 out, but it paid off. It really did pay off here. I think at this point, the 10 doesn't really help as much. I knew they were going to put it on the 10. I just don't think it's a good block because the reality is we've already got, we've got some of the key settles down. The 9-4-3 is really nice. I think much better to hit the wheat or even hit the sheep. The 3 is really nice here. Of course, as we say it, it hits. So we've got a very nice position here. All 5 resources. And the bots are great. And there you go. Expensive. I think blue here, probably better on the 9 or the 4. I think the 4 is just a little bit more critical. That's fair. I think the city and development card has a lot of weight here, but maybe if they're thinking about the long-term prospects or if they're looking for a specific card, let's put it here. Happy with this. Let's hope he doesn't have a knight. Doesn't have a knight. See it go back to the 10 here. Wow. Fun blocks. It's been a fun block game. There we go. Now, few 8s. We're looking mighty nice. A lot of coordination, too. We have the double 3s, the double 8s, the double 10s. I think blue's going to hit me again. No. Very nice. Very nice. Good job for blue. And of course, that happens. So let's see if we can sell the sheep for ore here. Looking at orange specifically, I think they have some ore in hand. Just one of those things, like, they don't really produce sheep, but they produce a lot of ore here. I'm also willing to even part with the brick. I think the brick right now is more or less sitting. Perfect. So let's buy a development card. Yes, very good for us. What we'll probably end up doing is we'll probably end up using the Year of Plenty to get our first city. Wow, putting a lot of pressure on this 6. And what probably makes the most sense for us is because we have so much wheat, we need to balance it out by getting our ore production up. There we go. Very nice. So I think the first city would probably be on the 934, and what we'd expect is the next city will be coming faster because of that ore production being up here. And we can also just safely drop a road down here. Wow, we're staying off the radar. Nice block. Now, I think a lot of people would use the Year of Plenty to get the settle, right? To get a wooden break. But the thing is, we don't need to rush that, guys. Hold your Year of Plenties for rare resources and big moments. If you think about it, we've already spent an ore, wheat, and sheep to get this card. So don't spend an ore, wheat, and sheep for a wood and a brick. Much better to hold it to go for a bigger play down the road. Someone stole my wheat. Interesting. Probably not what he wanted. Yep. Pretty good. Honestly, better if he goes to the 5-2. The issue with the 9-11 is what are you getting? You're getting more ore. Versus if you go to the 5-2, at least you do have the ability to pick up the brick, which you don't produce. And then, you know, if the 2 ever does roll, I guess you're living your best life. So I think if we can get a few 8s, we might be able to sell off some of this wood. Seems somewhat rare on this board. 4 and a 9, that's a city for us all day. Okay, 4 points here. Oh, wow. Not a fan of this, guys. It's a little bit too slow, in my opinion. Sure, he's got the ability to potentially take road, but I think better to get the port. Fun game, though. Oh, the 12. The 12. Now, this guy's been rolling 7s all day. There he... Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I think the 6 makes a lot of sense. He just saw both blue and green dropping roads, so I think psychologically they're probably thinking, oh, damn, well, I need to get, you know, need to slow down the wood and brick a little bit. Nicely done. Now, all these rolls are monster rolls, not going to lie. A 4 would give us the city, which I quite like that. Okay. There's the city right there. Nice, nice. Ooh, even better. So what do we do here? We have a city. Is there any world where we can get something like this? And I'm really looking at orange here on some of these trades. I have no clue what they're saying there. So I think better here is just to grab the city, get our ore production up, and then we're waiting for an 8 or a 3 to roll. Pretty happy with that. 1-8, we get the settle for 5. Come on, 8. Nope, more shenanigans here. So I think we're going to try to settle here, road settle to the 5-10, and then we'll figure out what our game plan is from there. I mean, that's 6 points. Yeah, orange is doing great, and they also have this ability to try to connect here, but they're running out of options. Nice. 4 would be massive here. 4 is a few development cards. So we're going to take... No, we'll take that. We'll take that. I think he's just going to go for the settle. Yeah. Wheat's kind of nice. That way, if an 8 rolls, we can also buy the development card. Man, the 5s are going off. Okay. I think it's still the 5 here. Nice, we got the wood. So let's just take the settle when we get it. I think that's more than reasonable. Now the 8s are big. The 4 is massive here. 10 is massive. We take the 9s. And now we're about to see a setup that if we survive this turn, we're looking much better here. 8's really good for us here. 8 would be a road in a city, and that's massive. Don't really want to give this. So I'm going to ask for 2 cards, which I think is always fair in this situation. Especially if I'm going to be giving him a city. And you'll find this is a very common theme. You can always push. Might not always get 2 for 1, but you can always make a push, and there's a lot of cases. He's thinking about it, he'll probably take it. He'll probably take it. Just take it, man. If it's a city. Ooh. All right, 8 or 4. We haven't seen 8 or 4 in a long time. Now, there's a world, too. If we get a 4, maybe we just buy 4 development cards. Damn. So let's see. I'm also going to see maybe I can do something like this with green to buy a development card. I'd hate to have to port this hand here. Okay. Happy with that. It's another city. You know what? I think we take the city. Thinking about it, I think we take the city here. It's really good. The question is, what do we city? Probably the 8-4-3 now. Just try to diversify. There is a really big case for the 8-4-10. But I think if we can get our 8s really cooking, the next city should come pretty quickly too. Wild, wild. Now we have the capacity to drop 2 cities here because you can only have 4 cities. Where are you going, brother? Oh. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it was the 8-4-10. Just get our wooden brick smashing. Good job, green. 1 road away. Hopefully the deal here is that we're going to ask for 2 cards here. Hopefully blue takes road. We're going to definitely ask for 2 cards here. We cannot give them 1-for-1s. We could do something like this. We could do something like this. Eight cards. Will they hold? Will they drop a road? And now this road up just looks really silly to me. Oof. Is it worth it? Not entirely sure. Okay, 1-8. Come on. Damn it. Okay, so let's buy a development card here. Knight. Okay. 7 would be massive. 7 would be really helpful for us. There we go. 3. Okay. 3 is a big roll for us here. And we're also actually getting pacing now for army because more or less they've kind of given up on it here. I think orange is just trying to build. Man, these 9s are crushing us to death. Really crushing. So I think what I'm going to have to do is apply a little bit more pressure here to green. They seem to be in a much stronger position. So let's ask for 2 cards here. He's got 12 cards. Okay. Pretty happy with this. He might settle for 6, road for 8. Really dangerous, but then what I'm going to do is really lean on blue to hopefully take longest road sooner than later. 10 is the road settle on the 5-10. Okay, so he's got brick in his hand, which makes sense. He's got 2 brick. I think he's got some wheat as well. So I'm probably going to start applying a little bit more pressure to him here. Guys, this is really good for us. All right, we're going to risk it. There's so much ore on this board. We're getting the road settle plus the dev. It's risky. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Imagine an 8 here. 8 might just be close to winning. Like, because we can drop another city. Like, 8 might be winning here. Look at this hand. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, pray. Oh, that's got to be game. That has to be game. So if you're on this screen right now, take a moment and pause and see if you can calculate the win here. And there you go. Another game in the books. That was a fun one. Wild hand there. We took some risky trades, going for the double wheat trade towards the end. I mean, worst case is he pulls a VP, which did he? He didn't pull one. You've got to be thinking about all these different ways. Like, we could have won going for army. We won taking road. We won building cities. Like, there's a lot of ways because we had the production, thank you, bot, that we were able to chop this position up but a really straightforward win. I see what blue was doing. I think as a good principle, very rarely do you want to place on the coast. I think better for blue is to take something like the 6-3-4 and point left. And as far as I can see, I don't think anybody takes the 8-4. Like, I suppose orange could, but the 4-5-11 just seems a little bit better. Also, in hindsight, I don't think this was a good move for orange. You know, if you're going to go over here, then go 6-9-3 and point up, because then you at least get the 3-1, and that's really what orange needed. They had so much production, but they just couldn't effectively port it. I think green had a really good setup. You know, the 5-9-10 makes a lot of sense. Again, the 6-4-3, probably better, honestly, to point right, because there was so much tension going to the 3-11 or the 9-11 here by orange. You're better off just getting almost a guaranteed 4-11, and why not? You know, it's almost a guaranteed point if you want it versus taking the risk of picking up a little bit more ore or a little bit more sheep. The benefit doesn't seem there when you can just go get the point. I think better for green was to immediately go for the 3-1. This is a really good fundamental thing. I generally like to go for the 3-1 first, unless I have like 60 or 70% of my production wrapped up into one resource. The 3-1 is just, it makes everything just a little bit smoother. You can be a lot more efficient with your resources. And it also gives you a lot more options in terms of trades. There's a lot of times where I might be able to get an extra card in a trade, 3-1 those cards, and then get my settler, get my city. Versus if I'm putting all my eggs into the ore port, I'd rather use my ore than port it, especially when I only have the one tile of ore. Overall, good game. You know, we played very effective and efficient. All right, good game. Let's go look at the stats. We were not robbed a lot. I was really surprised with that. None of the devs were being pulled. Surprising with that as well. And look at the 8s. 8s, where you at 8? That was one of our money rolls. Like we practically got all the wood from the 3, not the 8. Is what it is. You know, we did well with the cards that we had. Obviously, the 10 was doing very well for us. The 9 started to pop off once we settled on it. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the game. DandyDrew is out. Thank you.